Have you ever looked at your life and realized that the biggest thing holding you back is not other people or your situation, but the habits and decisions you repeat every day? That realization can be uncomfortable, but it can also become the turning point that changes everything. If you want 2026 to be different, you cannot keep thinking, acting, and living the same way you did before. In this video, we are going to talk about how to leave behind the weak version of yourself by changing the choices you make every single day. You will learn how to stop making excuses, build stronger habits, protect your time, strengthen your thinking, and develop the kind of discipline that creates lasting confidence. These are practical lessons you can start using today, no matter where you are in life. Stay with me until the end, because the final lesson may completely change the way you look at success. You may discover that the future you want has less to do with luck and much more to do with the person you decide to become starting today. Number 1. Stop making excuses and start honoring your daily commitments. The weak version of yourself always has a reason to wait until tomorrow. It always says you are too tired, too busy, or not ready yet. That voice sounds comfortable because it asks nothing from you. But comfort has never built confidence. Every great change begins when you stop listening to the excuses that have been controlling your decisions. The year 2026 can become the year that changes your direction, but only if you stop negotiating with the habits that have been holding you back. Your future does not need another promise. It needs proof through your daily actions. I have learned that excuses are easy to create because they protect us from temporary discomfort. They help us avoid responsibility for a few more hours or a few more days. At first, that feels harmless. Then weeks become months and months become years. One day you look around and wonder why your life has not improved. The answer is usually not a lack of talent or opportunity. The answer is often a collection of small excuses repeated every single day. The person who wins is usually the one who decides that excuses are no longer acceptable. Think about the commitments you have made to yourself. Maybe you promised to wake up earlier. Maybe you decided to read every day. Maybe you planned to improve your health, your finances, or your skills. Those promises matter because they represent the person you want to become. Every time you ignore them, you teach yourself that your own word has little value. That is a dangerous lesson, because if you cannot trust yourself, it becomes difficult to build real confidence. Confidence grows when you keep the promises that nobody else is watching. Successful people understand something that many people ignore. They do not wait until they feel motivated before they take action. They take action because they have made a commitment. Feelings change every day. Some mornings you will feel excited, other mornings you will feel tired and unmotivated. If your actions depend on your feelings, your progress will always be inconsistent. When your actions depend on your commitment, you continue moving even on difficult days. That is where real personal growth begins. Every morning gives you a chance to prove something to yourself. Not to the world, not to your family, not to your friends, to yourself. When you complete the task you plan to do, your mind begins to believe that you are becoming dependable. That belief becomes stronger every day. Then discipline becomes easier because your identity starts changing. You no longer see yourself as someone who quits. You begin seeing yourself as someone who finishes what they start. Do not underestimate the power of one ordinary day. One focused day leads to another. One completed task creates momentum for the next one. Small victories build a stronger mindset because they remind you that progress is created through consistency instead of perfection. You do not need to change everything today. You only need to honor the commitments you have already made. Every completed promise removes a little more weakness from your character and replaces it with strength that cannot be borrowed from anyone else. There will always be moments when your mind offers another excuse. It will tell you that missing one day does not matter. It will tell you that you deserve to relax before you earn the results you want. Listen carefully, because that is the same voice that has delayed your progress before. You already know where that path leads. This time, choose differently. Stand up when it feels difficult. Finish what you plan to finish. Keep your word even when nobody notices. That simple decision separates the weak version of yourself from the stronger person you are determined to become. Number 2. Replace weak habits with disciplined actions every single day. Weak habits do not appear all at once. They grow little by little through repeated choices that seem unimportant at the time. You skip one workout. You delay one important task. You spend another hour doing something that adds nothing to your future. None of these decisions look serious by itself. The problem begins when those choices become your normal routine. Your future is built by what you repeat, not by what you occasionally promise yourself. If you truly want to kill the weak version of yourself in 2026, You must replace those repeated weak habits with disciplined actions that move your life forward every single day. Many people believe they need more motivation before they can change. I have found that motivation comes and goes, but habits stay. Your habits are always working for you or against you. They never stand still. Every day they are shaping your character, your confidence, and your future results. That is why your daily routine deserves your full attention. If your routine is weak, your results will eventually become weak. If your routine becomes stronger, your life begins changing in ways that are impossible to ignore. Take an honest look at how you spend your mornings, your afternoons, and your evenings. Ask yourself simple questions. What habits are making me stronger? Which habits are quietly stealing my time? Which actions are helping me become the person I want to be? Honest answers create powerful change. Many people avoid these questions because they fear the truth. But the truth is not your enemy. The truth is the starting point of improvement. Once you clearly see what needs to change, you can begin making better choices with purpose. Discipline does not mean making your life harder than necessary. Discipline means doing what is important before doing what is comfortable. It means keeping your attention on what matters instead of chasing every distraction. It means choosing long-term progress instead of short-term pleasure. Every disciplined action is a vote for the person you want to become. Every weak habit is a vote for the person you are trying to leave behind. You cast those votes every single day through your actions, whether you realize it or not. Do not try to change your entire life in one afternoon. That approach often creates excitement for a few days and disappointment soon after. Real progress is built through steady improvement. Replace one weak habit with one strong action. Wake up when you planned. Read a few pages instead of wasting another hour. Finish your important work before looking for entertainment. Prepare your body with healthy choices. Protect your attention from unnecessary distractions. These simple actions may not look impressive today, but repeated over months, they completely change the direction of your life. Remember that every strong person you admire once faced the same daily choices. They also had opportunities to quit, delay, or settle for less. The difference was not that they never struggled. The difference was that they continued choosing disciplined actions even when those actions felt difficult. They understood that success is earned through repeated decisions, not through one extraordinary moment. Every day they strengthened their character, one choice at a time, and that process slowly separated them from the average crowd. Your mind is always watching what you repeatedly do. When you continue acting with discipline, your mind begins expecting consistency from you. You stop seeing discipline as punishment and start seeing it as part of your identity. That is a powerful shift, because you no longer depend on excitement to stay committed. Your actions become natural because they match the person you are becoming. The weak habits lose their control because they no longer fit your standards. Every disciplined choice creates another layer of strength that prepares you for greater opportunities and greater responsibilities ahead. Number 3, control your thoughts before they control your future decisions. Everything you do begins with a thought. Before you take action, before you make a choice, before you speak a single word, your mind has already started the process. That is why the battle against your weak self does not begin with your hands. It begins with your thinking. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, fear, and excuses, your decisions will eventually follow the same direction. But if your thoughts become stronger, clearer, and more disciplined, your actions will begin to reflect that strength. The person you become in 2026 depends greatly on the conversations you allow inside your own mind every single day. Most people pay close attention to what they say to others, but very few pay attention to what they repeatedly say to themselves. Listen carefully to your inner voice. Does it constantly remind you of your failures? Does it convince you that change is too difficult? Does it tell you that someone else has more talent or better opportunities? Those thoughts may seem harmless because nobody else hears them, but they quietly shape every decision you make. If you continue feeding your mind with negative messages, you should not be surprised when your actions become smaller than your potential. One of the greatest skills you can develop is the ability to question your own thoughts. Just because a thought enters your mind does not mean it deserves your trust. Your mind will sometimes offer comfort instead of truth. It will suggest quitting because quitting feels easier. It will encourage delay because delay removes immediate pressure. It will create unnecessary fear because fear often feels safer than taking responsibility. A disciplined person learns to pause before accepting those thoughts. Instead of reacting immediately, they ask whether that thought is helping them grow or keeping them trapped. Your thoughts become habits just as your actions do. If every morning begins with complaints, your mind becomes trained to search for problems. If every challenge is met with doubt, your confidence slowly disappears. On the other hand, when you deliberately focus on solutions instead of excuses, your thinking begins to change. You start asking better questions. Instead of asking why life is difficult, you ask what lesson can be learned today. Instead of wondering whether you are capable, you ask what action will make you more capable tomorrow. Better questions produce better thinking, and better thinking produces better decisions. There will always be moments when negative thoughts appear without warning. That is part of being human. The goal is not to eliminate every negative thought. The goal is to stop giving those thoughts control over your actions. You may feel uncertain, but you can still move forward. You may feel nervous, but you can still keep your commitment. You may feel discouraged, but you can still complete today's work. Your feelings deserve acknowledgement, but they should never become the leader of your life. Your decisions should be guided by purpose, not temporary emotion. Think about the people who continue growing year after year. They are not free from fear or self-doubt. They have simply learned that discipline begins in the mind. They refuse to let one negative thought become a negative day. They replace destructive thinking with constructive thinking. They focus on what they can control instead of wasting energy on what they cannot change. That simple habit creates emotional stability, better judgment, and greater confidence. They understand that every strong decision begins with a well-managed mind. As you move through 2026, protect your mind with the same care that you protect your time. Pay attention to the ideas you repeat, the words you believe, and the thoughts you entertain every day. Fill your mind with learning, responsibility, and possibility. Challenge every excuse before it becomes an action. Replace every limiting belief with a commitment to improve. The weak version of yourself cannot survive inside a mind that is trained to think with discipline, clarity, and purpose, because every controlled thought becomes the foundation for a stronger future decision. Number 4. Accept responsibility for every result you create in life. One of the biggest differences between a weak person and a strong person is how they respond to results. A weak person spends valuable time searching for someone else to blame. They point to difficult circumstances, unfair situations, or other people. A strong person begins by looking in the mirror. That is not because life is always fair. It is because responsibility gives you something that blame never can. It gives you the power to improve. If you want to kill the weak version of yourself in 2026, you must stop giving your power away and start accepting full responsibility for the direction of your life. Responsibility is not about carrying unnecessary guilt. It is about recognizing that your choices matter. Every decision has consequences. The way you spend your time, the way you manage your money, the people you spend time with, and the habits you repeat every day all shape your future. You may not control every event that happens to you, but you always control how you respond. That response becomes the next chapter of your life. When you understand this truth, you stop waiting for someone else to change your situation, because you realize your next decision has real value. Many people remain stuck because they believe their circumstances have complete control over their future. They tell themselves that success belongs only to people with better opportunities or better luck. That way of thinking creates helplessness. It quietly convinces people that effort no longer matters. I disagree with that completely. While circumstances may influence your starting point, they do not have to decide your destination. History is filled with people who face difficult beginnings, but refuse to let those beginnings define the rest of their lives. They accepted responsibility for what they could control and kept moving forward one decision at a time. Take an honest look at your current results. If your health is not where you want it to be, ask yourself what daily choices brought you here. If your finances need improvement, examine how you have been spending and earning. If your confidence is weak, think about the promises you have been breaking to yourself. These questions are not meant to discourage you. They are meant to wake you up. Growth begins the moment you stop defending your current habits and start improving them. Honest self-evaluation is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself because it creates a clear path toward progress. There is something powerful that happens when you stop making excuses. Your energy changes. Instead of spending time explaining why something went wrong, you begin searching for ways to make it right. Instead of waiting for perfect conditions, you start working with the conditions you already have. That shift changes your mindset completely. You become more focused, more creative, and more determined because your attention is no longer trapped in complaints. It is directed towards solutions. That is how strong people continue growing even during difficult seasons of life. Responsibility also builds self-respect. Every time you admit a mistake and choose to learn from it, you strengthen your character. You no longer fear failure because you understand that failure is information. It shows you what needs improvement. Weak people hide from mistakes because they believe mistakes define them. Strong people study their mistakes because they know mistakes can teach valuable lessons. Every lesson learned makes the next decision wiser. Every honest correction makes future success more likely. As you continue through 2026, remember that your future will not be created by hope alone. It will be created by the choices you accept as your own. Speak honestly to yourself. Own your victories with gratitude, and own your mistakes with maturity. Refuse to blame the world.